Hello. Wait, let me see. Let me get my plant game. Somebody told me the other day, they're like, you got plant game strong. So let me get my plant game. Hello, everyone. How did I do it last time? Excusez-moi, excusez-moi. Oh, there's the plant game. Plant game beast. How is everyone? Hold on. There we go. There we go. Gosh, so it's so cool how I synchronize with my audience, because it's like what I'm going through, people, my audience is going through, and you guys are actually asking the same questions. So that's really cool. Very, very cool. Becky, I'm so happy you're here. Oh my God. I thought about you today and I was like, damn, I hope Becky makes it. I honestly feel, oh, I missed you too, my earth angel. Becky, I honestly feel that, like, I just wanted you to be here today because I need you to hear what I'm gonna say. Hello, oh my God. Okay, so you guys, shit is going down, you know? And it's been interesting. And I'm just beyond happy I get to talk to you guys, like get to at least connect in some way. I have some amazing news, but oh God, there's just so much. But you know, we just started, so let's take it easy. Let's put some delicious music and wait a little bit for people to log on more. I feel like I have to clean my lens. What can I clean my lens with? Oh, there it is. Give me 1 second. Hey, it's much nicer, right? All right. So how is everyone? How is everyone? I need a roll call of people. Like, how are you guys doing? How are you feeling? What is going on with you guys? You know, just nice little, because I want to see where my audience is at. I have been experiencing everything in title. Let's see. Oh gosh. Come on now.
Months and I've lost 16 pounds.
Okay, perfect. Let me get to my channel so I can read your comments. I'm here with morning coffee, feeling much lighter than weeks prior. Oh my goodness, thank you for sharing. So I am a little bit on the other side of the spectrum. No, this past month has been a little bit tough emotionally and mentally. I'm feeling weird. I don't even have a word to describe it. I really feel that way too. It's like this low energy, this almost like sadness, but it was a momentum that was building for me. Interesting dreams. And it was this momentum, and at first I was feeling the funk, but it wasn't hitting me. And then I kept meeting people that were sad, and I started seeing the sadness of the city, and you know, it was like this momentum that started building with the weeks, and then it kind of and then it hit me, because I needed to find out some things. And this past month, and especially this week, was really fucking revealing, you know, like wow. And I think I'm gonna cover a lot of topics today of what we're going through as a collective, as a species, but also what you guys are going through, you know. Ariel, I've been a little fatigued for the past month and feeling the anxiety from my peers. Right. Look at that. I think Ariel just kind of he used the power of his words. Like, yeah, it's so crazy because I feel you, and I feel Becky, because she's like, oh, it's weird because I get it. Like, I am not a fatigued kind of person, but I've been feeling that way, and that is just the energy that is in the air, you know. And then of course, we are all part of the energy, so it's also part of us, and we are it, and oof, it's a lot. Um, and I'm very excited for today's topic because, yeah, we need to get the funk out so we can release the negativity, or the layers of sadness that are attached to us. So my purpose for you guys today and for every day is that I am here to deliver amounts of truths. I am here to help you understand yourself on a much deeper level. But at the end of the day, I want you to come out feeling good. And that is the number one sign from that you know who is a false prophet and who is not a false prophet. Because a false prophet, excuse me, a false prophet will not make you feel good when you end the session. A false prophet will talk about God and will or actually, they may talk about God, but there's a lot of people that are prophets, and they don't mention the word of God. So that's another sign to look out for. But just remember that whenever you see a healer, the healer is supposed to tell you the truth. And the truth many times hurts. However, when you leave that session, you are supposed to feel better. You're supposed to feel like you understand the process of whatever it is that happened to you, whatever tragedy or whatever confusion. You're supposed to feel better. If you feel worse, and this happens a lot in the church, if you feel worse, those are not your people, and those are not real prophets. Those are not real healers. Okay? By worse, that's another thing. By worse, I'm talking about that you're supposed to not feel like heavy amounts of fear. You're supposed to understand what is going on. Sometimes when we see a healer or see a therapist, that therapist or that healer or that prophet is going to uncover a wound that you've been hiding, a wound that you've been covering with makeup, you know? And when you leave that session, sometimes it's going to hurt a lot. If it's a wound, yes, it's going to hurt a lot. So just know you're going to have to use discernment. And this is why speaking your truth is the most important thing that you can do right now at this moment. Two things: speaking your truth and sending love. Yeah. I'll give it a little bit of time so you can let that simmer. And I'm going to get some notes. You okay? Okay. Sorry, guys. I'll tell you why I'm looking that way in a second. All about truth. It's really, everything in your life is really based on truth. And it's not about like God's truth. No, it's based on you speaking your truth, what feels true to you. Because you're the creator. You have to do what feels good to you, what is truthful to you, because you are the creator. Okay, so before I start, before I start to dive deep, well, actually, let me read your comments. I want this to be interactive. Okay. So today's topics are on psychic attacks, on losing friendships, oh my God, guys, and relationships. on truth, and then the false prophets. Guys, the info that I got for you, is insane. All right, hold on, give me 1 second. Earth Angel, or when you are a truth teller and certain individuals stop talking to you, they stop talking to you because they want to live in a lie or teach people false illusion. This is everything that we are going to learn today. Everything. Everything. So thank you for commenting that. Shit. So I'm just gonna do a real quick prayer. I want to first thank you, everyone that joins me today, whether it is the live today or you watch the replay. First of all, I want to say thank you to the people that are joining me today. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you to you, and it's because you let yourself be guided to this video. The universe is constantly, God is constantly, source, prime creator, whatever you want to call it, is constantly guiding you. Is constantly telling you what you need to do, but it is up to you to make the decision to press play. It's up to you to make the decision to say yes, right? So I want to especially thank my viewers and the people that are landing on this video and that are watching this video. This video is for you because you're on a path to something amazing. Okay, you're not on a path for mediocrity anymore. Something within you is asking for something bigger. So I just want to give you my honor and my thanks for that, okay? And I also want to thank God for letting me do this for you guys. I want to thank God and my source creator, because the more the weeks go by, the more I connect with this thing called God, and it's huge, and it's revealing many things. And the only thing that it wants is the best for everybody. And I'm not here to convert anybody or anything. I'm here to teach you what I know so then you can make your own decisions, because you are the creator, right? So all I've been doing is spending time with my creator self. And so I want to, give thanks to God for this moment, but I also want to ask for a bubble of protection of pure light upon everyone that watches this video, not only because of the topics that we are going to cover today, but because of what is happening in the world. And so I just, I ask you guys each and every day, before you walk out of your house, as soon as you wake up, say a thank you. A thank you for another day, or even if you don't feel that day, say something that you're thankful for. Thank you for letting me have this comfortable bed. Thank you for letting me have my dog next to me, or letting me have something that I love next to me. So we want to say thank you to that. And then ask to be protected with the light from whatever you want to call God, source, creation, creator, source energy, the oneness of everything. We have to ask for the protection of that, because more and more of these things will continue to happen. And the thing is that I want to empower you for you to make better decisions. And it's so funny because I say it all the time, but like I truly feel like it's just with the energy of everything that is evolving. I truly feel today's discussion is going to be amazing. I am going to keep it an hour because of the balancing of things. Okay, that's the only thing that's the only way I can express it. And I don't want to take too much of your time and too much of my energy. You know what I'm saying? All right, awesome. We can begin. Thank you, God. Mwah. All right. So here's the thing. So psychic attacks are rising. Psychic attacks are rising. And I'm gonna give you things, major things that you have to do. This is not like if you're on this path, which I know you are because you're watching this video, and I'm saving you some time, I'm gonna give you some pointers of what you have to do, because I didn't follow those pointers at first, and then I got bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I got bit really hard. Gato! I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I got bit really hard. But through that bite, through that psychic attack, I was revealed a lot of things. I was revealed a lot of things and a lot of reasons on why things needed to be the way that they are in all that stuff. So psychic attacks. Psychic attacks is basically a ball of negative energy going into your space. So your space could be going into your home, going into your life, okay? And you, the way that we know is two ways. Is the first way is on a physical level. It's almost like a string of bad luck. Accidents can happen, and a string of bad luck, accidents can happen. That's the physical aspect, right? But the mental, emotional, and spiritual aspect is that somebody doesn't like you. People are sending you negative energy, and somebody doesn't like you. Maybe that person knows it on a conscious level, but for the most part, people don't know it, because the problem with this is that these are unresolved emotions of anger and envy that are being directed towards you. Okay? And that's one side of the coin. Okay? So I feel like I have to turn off the music because I like it so much that it's distracting me. So sorry. And I'm talking serious things. So yeah, it's negative energy directed towards you through envy, through anger, through hate, and many times it's people that you actually know. It's people that you know. But I do have to say is that for the most part, this happens on an unconscious level. It's not that unconscious. It's just somebody wishing bad upon you, okay? Somebody wishing really bad upon you. However, I want to add, and I need to make sure, is that wishing bad upon you is not about you. It's about them not being able to resolve whatever it is that they have inside, and then all of a sudden they're directing that energy towards you. Okay? So that's the issue. The other side of the coin is this. God sends you signs. Oh, I didn't turn on my light. God sends you signs. Okay? God sent me signs. God sent me signs of this happening to me. You know who you are not supposed to be hanging out with. Why? Because when you think of this person, you want to distance yourself a little bit. And you're like, oh my God, but I love this person. Or, oh my God, this person doesn't do anything bad to me. Why do I feel this way? But it's sort of, there's a little nudge that pushes you away. If you're connecting with what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up. If this has happened to you, that you know somebody, it's not about the psychic attack, but that you know somebody that you really want to like and love, but something keeps feeling like pushing you back. Okay? Those are the first signs that you shouldn't be hanging out with that person. And I'm going to be extremely honest with you. This negativity was in my house a few weeks ago. I knew it was a test. JV, on point, my friend. On point. On point. Awesome, awesome. Right, good. Because those are the first little signs that God and your helpers are telling you, move away. You know? But I didn't listen. I didn't listen. You know why I didn't listen? This is why we don't listen. Because we don't understand. That's why we don't listen. It's okay. Because we don't understand. So I didn't listen. And what happened is right now, all you guys, the people that are watching this video, are all ascending. You guys are all ascending. Everybody's ascending. However, my path as a human being and my path as a human being is to not live in this third dimensional world of duality of good and bad, evil and not evil. No, my path as a human is to transcend from that and live in a reality where I am in a fifth dimensional consciousness, where there is, you know, very little, like no judgment. Like if I judge you, it's just weird. No, it's just weird. Like I have to judge you. I won't judge you. I judge whatever it is that is going on around you, because it's a lot of it is about your environment and the unconscious thoughts that you have. So I like to adapt that mentality. I don't like to have hate towards anyone, and that's my path. So if you're watching this video, there's a part of you that wants to be on that path, and that is the path. I didn't understand this concept before, but that is the path to the kingdom of God. Okay? I didn't get that concept before, and now I get it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful concept. The kingdom of, there's so many ways of looking at this, I'm not even going to go into it. Okay? I will talk a little bit more about the kingdom of God, and so you guys can understand that concept, because I didn't quite get it. I heard about it, but I didn't get it. Now I get it. So you for these psychic attacks, so here's the other side of the psychic attacks. For these psychic attacks to happen, you have to be a match to that. You have to be a match to that. So that means on some level, you're matching the energy. Ugh. And I know what some of you guys are going to say. Oh, but me, how am I going to match the energy? I don't want to be that person. I want to love. I want to do this. I want to get along. But I don't wish bad upon that person. No. But you know how you're matching their energy? By not being truthful to what is really happening and how you're feeling towards this person. The lack of truth of your own feelings towards the situation is what calls these energies in, because they can see the weakness. They can see the deception. We live in a world of deceptions and mirrors, smoking mirrors. And now more than ever, all that stuff is up. There are, side note, but just to give you guys an idea, there are people that are being hired, and I know, and this happens on YouTube all the time too, by the way. Actually, you guys don't even know this about YouTube, but you remember how they say, oh, the trolls, the people that put negative energy in the comments and everything? Those, I've never said anything, honestly, but I know it. Those people are paid. I've been forgetting to tell you guys. Those people are paid. Those are paid scammers to go on YouTube and deliver that, right? So and that's a psychic attack. That's another form of psychic attack. There was a healer that she posted how she saw she saw the premonition of people getting paid and going into spiritual groups and causing havoc. And she said the same things that I said. She's like, if you read into the comments of these people, they're very hateful, but they're automatic. They are following a script. That's another form of psychic attack. When people just come at you, blah, 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 fuck you, kids, blah, blah, blah. Here, don't let your emotions get in it so much. Take a step back. Those are scripts. It's whether it's in the mind or it was hired. Those are scripts. So don't match that. And in a way, but then you're like, well, how do I not match that? Well, recognize that you're matching that and get out of that. Like, recognize that you're matching that and know within yourself, oh, there's something within me. If this is affecting me, so that means that there's something within me that I'm not quite tapping into. So you can break that and get out of there. Okay? Okay. Another thing to add to insult to injury. Yeah, to add insult to injury. Um, the two best ways, which I just mentioned one, the two best ways to protect yourself from psychic attacks is tell yourself the truth and act upon the truth, and send love to your enemies, honey. This is why they talk about it all the time in I think in Christianity or something. Send love to your enemies. I'm like a baby Christian, but I'm not quite understanding. I mean, I don't know. I'm from that same lineage of Christianity. So, um, send love to the people that you don't like. Send love to the people that that you feel that you feel some form of. And you know how you send love to that person? You have to get honest again. You have to get honest, and you have to kind of sit with yourself on a chair and just visualize the person and talk to yourself about it, or talk to your higher self about it. And then you can say, you know what, I don't really want to send love to this person. I feel like there's this negative energy with this person, but I want to send love to this person because that means that they are suffering in some way and they can't see it. And you know what, God, I don't want that to be a part of me anymore. You know, I don't want to be affected by those things. So I want to send her love so she can wake up and she can see it. And I wish her well. As much as it feels yucky, I wish her well. And that is how you send a positive and truthful prayer to someone that you don't really like. And many times that is going to be your close friends and your family members. This is why it's so hard to speak up too. Because you don't want to hurt your family friends. You don't want to hurt your family nor your friends. And you don't want to lose your family and you don't want to lose your friends. So, you know, it kind of sucks. But again, I'm going to sound a bit of a broken record with this, but you have to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. So, here's what happened. Oh no. Okay, sorry. So, here's what happened. Unconditional love, like, right, unconditional love doesn't have to be like, oh my God, I'm just gonna love my enemies, like, no, unconditional love is somewhere in between. You know what, I'm not liking the situation, but it has nothing to do with me. I don't want it to let it affect me. And so I am going to, you know, I'm going to send some love. I hope she sees the light, or I hope he sees the light, you know, and then give yourself a prayer and seal yourself, because it's a real thing, guys. All right. You can have compassion without consent. There you go. There you go. And it's rising. So I'm gonna just tell you briefly what happened to me, so you guys can understand more in detail, because I'm better at teaching when I give examples, when I tell stories, in other words. So I was meditating. I went to meditate in the backyard right here. Yeah, right there. I sit down and I just do my thing. You know, I meditate almost every day. Honestly, I meditate every day, but like that, like sitting like this, which is like a more advanced way of meditation, I do it like almost every day. And I do it for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's good. So I went over there and I was there and I was doing my thing. But this time I did it a little bit different, because normally I take my dog with me. I have a little dog, my baby doggy. He's right here. And he's in a bed. And so I take my baby doggy with me and I meditate and I do my thing. But this time I didn't do it. And as I was meditating, I started getting angry thoughts. Very angry thoughts enter my mind about a particular friend whom I care about very much. But the day before, I was with this person and I sensed things. I sensed a lot of envy. I sensed a lot of envy, I sensed a lot of sadness, and I sensed a lot of pain. Okay? So it's not a combination of just one thing, guys. So then I was getting these thoughts in meditation of anger and everything that I sensed the day before. I was seeing it in meditation, and then I'm here like and then what did I do? I matched the vibration, because then in meditation I started getting angry. I was like, oh no, no, you know, I was like, oh, this person, how could this person, and just be like, oh my God, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to talk to this person, and I'm like, no, and you know, and I was just matching that vibration, and then all of a sudden, I feel them push coming through my crown chakra. It's like they were hanging out right here, waiting for me to get mad. They were hanging out right here for me to get mad. And as soon as I matched the vibration and I got mad, it went shoop, and it went into my body, down my spine, down my neck, and it fucked up my entire stomach. It fucked up my entire stomach, and all of a sudden I started getting really, really nauseous. Really nauseous. And then I'm just like, that's so weird. I'm like, oh, I don't understand. So then I just stopped the meditation, and I went inside and I laid down. I'm like, that is so weird. So I lay down. I lay down for a few hours. Just not a few hours, sorry, for like 2 hours. But I noticed I even made myself soup, and I noticed that the pain wouldn't go away. My little dog, again, wasn't with me. He normally sleeps next to me, but he likes to take turns between my mom and I. So he goes to my mom's room, he goes to me, you know. So he was with her. So I was alone, and then all of a sudden, I'm still feeling nauseous. I'm not feeling good. And then all of a sudden, my little doggy, after a couple of hours, he comes over, and then it gets to him. He starts feeling all these things. And they were here the night before, because the night before a cat died. The night before a cat died. And that's all, and it died right there at my doorstep, at my lawn kind of thing. So that was already a sign, and it was a black cat too. So then it gets to him, and so he comes to me, and it attacks him, you know. And then all of a sudden, and you know how he attacks him, because he starts feeling really bad too, and he starts feeling bad, and he starts feeling really weak, and then I'm here like, oh no, like that right when he got sick, I already knew what was happening, and I'm thinking like, no, this is not good. And then I just got up. I tried to break the energy, but I knew it was already inside. And then I went to go open the door. I was trying to stay calm. By the way, you have to stay calm. Like, you can't just freak out, because the more you freak out, the more the more they're gonna have a party with you. So what you have to do is that you have to be the adult. You have to be the adult. Adults don't freak out. Children freak out. So we have to be the adult, because adult energy is God's energy. This is why the devil, and this is why these dark energies, they take children. Adult energy is not receptive to that. It's strong. So I needed to keep myself like calm, even though I know what the fuck is going on. So I was like, okay, you know, and then I'm like, okay, I need to like clean the house, and I need to open this. I need to meditate, and I need to fucking do some exorcism. And I opened the house, and more havoc happened, because my dog somehow, my little dog was weak. There's 4 dogs in the house. The point is that my little dog got hurt through a small accident. But these are not accidents. Because I hate saying this, but my dog is gonna die. Look how my head is moving. This is not me moving my head. I didn't move my head. Look how it's moving. This is not me. So the point is that those energies were so strong that a cat died, and now my dog is headed that way as a sacrifice. But I learned so many amazing things from that, and it was extremely painful. Extremely painful to know that somebody sent me that type of energy to the point that my dog is gonna die. So, however, this is how you'll know if you're in 3D duality or you're in 5D duality. Because normally, when somebody hurts your dog, when somebody hurts you and a part of you, the immediate reaction is to do revenge. But what God is saying, and now I understand what is going to happen in the United States more, is learn from the tragedy and move on. Learn from the tragedy and move on. Because fifth dimensional heaven on earth consciousness does not kill fire with fire. We don't ascend. And through that process, through that pain of understanding that my dog is going to pass very soon, that a friend of mine that I thought was my friend is no longer my friend. I also saw the energy of someone else that I was with the same before. I was hanging out with the enemy, and I didn't know that I was hanging out with the enemy, because the two people that I was hanging out with do not want the best for me. So we need to open our eyes to those realities, especially when we are ascending. And it's not because they hate you, it's not because they're bad people. No, it's because they are not on your level of understanding. They're not on your level of awareness. They're not on your level of peace. Because this person sent negative energy to me because I am a woman of God. So here's the thing. You know, it's very unfortunate, but this person is in pain because her family and her mother is in pain, because her mother wanted to do her mother thought that she was a psychic medium of the good. And unfortunately, and this brings me now going back to the false prophets. You see how it's all connected. Her mom is a good person, but her mediumship wasn't of God. You see how it's like, you're like, what? How could you be a good person and not have mediumship of God? Not have mediumship of the one source, the loving source, right? It's possible. The reality is, guys, this is the reality. We think that God is too busy. We think that God wasn't there for us. So we pray to the angels. We pray to Virgin Mary. We pray to Maria del Cobre, whatever it is. We pray to all these other deities, all these other things that are not God, thinking that they will help us. This is why, all these religions exist and stuff. This is why all these saints exist. But there's a huge misconception with that. And then, God, there's so much I can say. There's a huge misconception with that, because negative entities, if you haven't healed, if you don't do the inner work, negative entities will pass themselves as these deities. And even then, these deities, these ugly things, they have a certain level of ascension, So they have the belief systems of from when they used to have a life back in the day. The point, look, they're like, right. So this is why, even though I don't quite consider myself a Christian, a full-on Christian, because of this same mentality and topic. The fact that they say that that God is a jealous God, I cannot adapt that. I cannot adapt that. You see how that's also part of an old mentality Christianity concept? So when we pray to these deities from way back when, way back when, these deities still played with fire. These saints to still played with fire, because at that moment in time, people needed to play with the devil. So it's a very long string attached. So my point is, this is why Beyonce is considered to be satanic, because she prays to the deity Yemaya and some other water deities, and when you go to the root of the root of the root of those deities, they don't come from God, guys. They come from the dark side, the lower consciousness, devil, Satanist dark side. So, and this is what happened to Doreen Virtue. This is why she had to denounce everything. But that was her journey, and this is a lot of people don't understand that. I don't even think she understands that, because people are like, well, her cards really helped. Yeah, they helped you, but because she made them and she went into this higher access of love and purity, she, not you guys, but she needed to get rid of all that shit. Just like I cannot listen to Britney Spears music anymore. I can't. I cannot listen to Beyonce anymore, because I'm on a different access. So it's like it's like hanging out with the enemy. It's the same thing. When you are so aware of these energies, you guys are becoming aware with me. When you're so aware of these energies and you still hang out there, you're gonna get a psychic attack. Getting fired is also another form of psychic attack. You're being pushed out, you know? And it's painful, right? The psychic attack is painful, but it helped you. It helped you, because we don't listen to the signs. You know, so that's and then after that, I got revealed all these other visions and stuff about my family, like family secrets and all these things, and it's like what the fuck, you know? But at the same time, what God told me is that this is exactly what is going to happen to the United States. What happened to you was a microcosm of what is going to happen to the US. Because there's a certain level of lies that we don't want to look into. This is why I am losing my friends. And this is why you guys are losing your friends. It's a real thing. And there's a part of us that wants to be like, well, I want to be part of the lie. Why do I want to know the truth if I'm losing all my friends and they look happy? I'm going to be honest with you guys. They're not happy, and the shit that is about to happen is going to make them very unhappy. So the shitty moments that we're going through right now, we are just mourning and we are understanding ahead of time. And when that shit blows up, when all these changes begin to happen, we are going to be more understanding, and we are actually going to be of help and service to other people. Could be your neighbor, could be your cat, or you could even be like, hey, I'm ready to start a YouTube channel. So yeah. So going into going into the losing friendships. I mean, I just, you see how it's all mixed in? Like, what do I have to say more? Just know, losing friendships, the best thing that I can say is it's okay. I'm, I'm so sorry. But it's okay, because I'm gonna sound like, I'm gonna sound godly and religious, but God and that source creation that you are, that is inside of you, wants to hang out with you. It wants to get to, it wants you to get to know that creation. This awesome thing that I do, that it moves my head and it tells me things and it shows me stuff and synchronicities 24/7, that's what it wants for you. And that's where a lot of Christian people are at. And another thing is that I needed to own up to the fact that I am a prophet. Because I come from being told that, who the fuck do you think you are for being talented? Get what I'm saying? Right. Becky, she vibrated away from 2 long-term relationships this month. I barely have any friends. But we don't really need a lot of friends. We don't. We don't. And another thing is that the path that we're all going to, it's a very solitary path. Because God wants to show you what the fuck is up, and it's gonna be revealed. So many things. So many things. The next one, you know, today I needed to dive deep into this darkness so I can help you understand. But the next one, I'm gonna show you what is God's plan for Trump and for the country. Like, I understand now, like, because I went through that tragic moment, I was revealed more things. You know, I was just revealed more things. And also, the psychic attack lasted for more than a day. For me, it lasted a whole day for me. And then the next day, I had parasites. But not just parasites. I had parasite aliens in my stomach. And I think I already know which aliens they were. They're called Zetas. It's really interesting how they're called Zetas. They're all the way in the bottom in the Z. I just saw pictures the other day of different alien species. I am a Pleiadian, in case you guys don't know, which we are the ones that created Christianity and created the world. God created the world, by the way. But God asks certain people to help in that process and to give certain, you know, structures. And so we were the helpers. I'm not going to take the credit like that. It's not like that. No. You know, but in different galaxies, people are assigned things. So, when I went into meditation the next day, I saw alien parasites. I went into meditation and I just saw these disgusting things in my stomach. And I had to call upon God and ask to take them into the white light, and they don't belong here anymore. And then I had to do forgiveness, and I had to send love. And then all of a sudden, the parasite feeling in my stomach was gone. Yeah. But the damage was still done. And my dog, he's not doing good. He's not doing good. He has arthritis, and somewhere between the attack, them going inside him getting hurt, something just happened, and he's slowly shutting down. And it was so painful, because not only is that going to happen, and it's happening, but it's a dog that I communicate telepathically at all times now. You see? I saw my star family, my alien star family, with this dog. This dog has been my protection, and they told me this dog protects you. And he told me my dog, before I went to hang out with the enemy, with those people, my dog said, I want to come with you. And you know what I said? I said, no, little baby, I can't take you to the beach. You're gonna fry. But the truth is that my dog has been coming out with me all this time to protect me from negative energies, because that's what dogs do. Dogs naturally sacrifice themselves. So, yeah. And then also you're gonna lose friends because you're awakening to realities that they don't want to see, like we spoke about earlier, you know. And just wish them well. And the thing is that you can feel the pain of that because it's detachment, but you will make amazing friends. It has nothing to do with you. You will make amazing friends. I can't, like, actually the few people that I have in my circle are amazing people, you know. The 2-3 people that I have are amazing people that are on this vibe. So we have to be aware of the people that leave. We have to be aware of the people that you're connecting with, you know. And some people don't want to listen to you. I mean, the other day I pretty much got kicked out of a friend's house because I am spiritual negative. There was a hidden agenda on that too, you know. She doesn't want me around because she feels threatened by the friendship that I have with her boyfriend. There's a hidden agenda. There's a hidden agenda in a lot of people. Everybody has a hidden agenda. But this is why we have to listen to the cycles. When God says, gives you the nudge, instead of fighting it, bless it. Say thank you. And be like, I think I have to let this go. You know? They are not bad people. No one is a bad person at heart. We are just frustrated. We have pain. And you are ascending, which means you're also uncovering your own pain. So it's about finding a compassionate way of letting go. Yeah. Okay. False prophets. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it open. It's already 52. I'm going to leave it open. If I have to stay a little bit longer, you guys know I don't mind. I love you guys. But I want to leave it open for you guys to ask me anything. So I'm just going to log in real quick because my thing logged off. And any questions, anything that you guys want to share, I'll be here. Okay. And then I want to give you guys pointers for false prophets. False prophets and healers. Right. Look at that. Look at that. So, oh, let me see. Oh, there it is. Becky, I thought moving to Florida was for other reasons, but I think God was nudging me away from a lot of people. Yeah. It's just when you move, it's a progression. It's like you have to, and the thing is that what we're doing is we are literally going through a death. We are going through the death of many things. And it's okay. We are all shedding skins. This is why we cannot like really hate on somebody else. You know, what happened between, you know, my friend that gave me the psychic attack is because she just doesn't know how to process her anger and her emotions. It's not because she's a bad person. Fucking, you know, this person had a lot of kindness in them. But towards this thing, you know, this is why you have to be careful when you're achieving. When you're achieving, you have to be careful because people will take it as bragging. People will take it as, oh, you think you're better? You know, I get that. I get that. Oh, people give me the look like, oh, because you don't judge, you think you're better. Like, oh, because you're with God, like, you know, I get that all the time. So, but it's not that. We are shedding. We're moving away from that. I'm not better than anybody. I just choose, like, I understand. Like, I choose to not participate in those things. And I understand that we're all going through a process, and you have to get away. Also, your money needs to be on point more than ever. More than ever, your money has to be on point. And a lot of the people that God is going to take you away from, these people don't have that. They don't have their money on point. They don't have their emotions on point. They want to live some form of denial and lie. So I'm just saying, guys, like, it's okay. You can bless them, but move on. How do you have a good conversation with a person or people you are letting go? That is an excellent and difficult question. That is an excellent and difficult question. Look, the best way to have a difficult conversation is first do it with yourself. When you do it with yourself, you release tension for yourself, and then you will process it better, and then you'll be able to have that conversation. My dog is in pain right now, crying. But I can't, oh, give me 1 second, guys. What's up, baby? What do you want? Okay. Okay, so going back to how do you have a good conversation with a person? This has been extremely difficult. Actually, this was the person that I didn't want to have that conversation with. All right, so, and I love having difficult conversations. Obviously, is part of my career. So, for me, I'm gonna tell you my mistake. My mistake is that I waited for shit to hit the fan. I waited for shit to hit the fan with my psychic attacks and all this bullshit. I should have had that. I tried, but I couldn't. But the thing is that this is why you have to have that conversation with yourself, and you have to have courage. You have to have courage. And if you know that that person is going to get really mad, which is also why I didn't want to have this conversation. I knew that if I had this conversation, it was gonna uncover wounds for this person. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to be that directed to me. Well, because I wasn't courageous enough to have the difficult conversations before and let that wound just be open, it got directed to me even more. You get what I'm saying? So the only thing that I can say is have a conversation with yourself, have courage and compassion. Do not have a conversation with somebody and being like, you're doing this and you're doing that and no, that's just you blaming. It's not gonna work. But just say, look, it's making me feel like I need a break. It's making me feel sad. It's making me feel this, The other day, a couple of days ago when I got kicked out from my friend's place because I was being spiritual negative, they spoke to me in the nicest way. They told me, and she told me, like, she's like, you're talking about things that I don't really want to hear, But the way that she said it, she wasn't trying to make me feel bad about myself. You see where I'm going with this? She was just saying, and the thing is that I tell this to some of my friends. I told it to my friend Lauren. Sometimes she sends me some shit that I'm like, Lauren, you need a break, honey. You need a break. You're getting on that negative shit. You need a break. Right? But you see, the difference between me telling that to my friend Lauren is that I take the time to tell her that and still be her friend. That's how you know that person is your friend. The other person doesn't want anything to do with me. So we need to respect that. We need to discern that. You are ascending. There is a treasure for you on the other side. And feel your darkness. Feel your darkness. It's okay to feel, but you have to, the way you feel darkness is not by watching satanic shit. No. Okay, the way you feel your shadows is by feeling your feelings and crying them out and feeling your fear. Because when you feel your fear, it can come out of you. Okay? I hope that answers your question. And if you have more questions, please. Okay, JV, figure out if you still want that relationship and what you need out of it and what words will come. Ah, that's very true. That's another really good pointer. That's another really good pointer. Okay, I want to talk real quick about prophets one more time, because this is gonna happen a lot, and this has been happening a lot. It's gonna get deep. It's gonna get dark, and you have to stand very strong in your bubble of light. And actually, I will try to do it now after the live, but there is, because I have to wait for the live to upload and all this crap, right? But I'm gonna, when the live uploads, I'm gonna attach a video that is about this pastor, that he is a prophet and he's been seeing the same things that I've been seeing, and he talks about the bubble of light for the people that are ascending. He talks about that even though there's chaos, there's going to be chaos, the people that are ascending are the people that are going to be praying, and they are protected with a bubble of light. So this bubble of light thing is a real thing. It's a real thing. Just like the devil is a real thing. A lot of people from the church are going to be coming out, and you're going to see the lies from the church. The devil has infiltrated the church a long time ago, guys. Very long time ago. This is why there's greed in the church. And yet we still go to the church because we are like, oh my God, we just want this connection to God, you know? But there was always this thing, you know? So any healer that is very negative, that doesn't talk about the light, but talks about, you know, the fucked up shit that is going on, do not hang out with those people. Do not hire those people. Okay, this is what is going to make everything go full circle, and this is going to insult, I hope, very few people, but this might insult some people, but that's the truth. God, you already know it. The real reason why beautiful innocent people, especially psychic mediums and life coaches, and a lot of these coaches that are happening, because I can see the deceit in a lot of people now, more than before, like way more. The thing about this, guys, is that they don't want to do the work. Nobody wants to feel their shadows. Nobody wants to feel their fear. Nobody wants to feel their pain and cry it out. So they rather pray to the angels, thinking that the angels are going to guide them and help them. They rather do Wicca, and they rather do Reiki when they have a bunch of trauma in their system. If you have a lot of trauma in your system, you shouldn't be healing. And guess what? A lot of people have a lot of trauma in their system. Unless that person is really connected to source, and they say that they talk about prime creator, source, God, and they do the prayer. You have to do an incantation before you start. You have to do a prayer. Just like I've been doing it with you guys before, because all those motherfuckers are hanging out. It's everywhere. It's in the phone, okay? Your phone was not created by Christians, but it was created in the world duality, so we can use it. So we have to bless things so they can be of light, and you can walk this path. And a lot of times, this is why a lot of healers don't make money. I never wanted to be a psychic, and I mean, I know I wanted to be psychic, but like I never wanted to be like a psychic medium, like I did, but when I was stuck in that mentality of money or whatever, or wanting to be important, I never wanted to be that, because I was like, they don't make money. Like, haven't you seen, like, I mean, at least the old versions of people that are gifted, they all look poor, right? First of all, that is the old mentality. And second of all, that still happens till this day, because a lot of life coaches rather pay somebody to put a really pretty a really pretty website. A lot of life coaches, instead of getting a therapist, instead of going to the healers, they go to one or two healers, I get it, but instead of diving deep into their mission, whatever way that is, they get a business. They get a business person to do the work for them, to do the advertising for them, and then they sell a product that is promoting high consciousness on instant gratification. You get what I'm saying now? They sell a product that promotes high consciousness, but it's done on instant gratification. Karma will come back to you. It will come back to you, because I see it in people a lot. So these are the things that we have to watch out. You have to be truthful to yourself, and you have to follow that person connects with a higher power in some way, and it's humble, and it's willing to be open. You know, it's willing to be open about what is going on. And they have to make you feel good at the end. They have to make you understand your cycles of trauma and help you see that there is light at the end of your tunnel. There is. I mean, even a couple of days ago, like now, like the psychic attack was a blessing for me. Because not only, the worst part about the psychic attack is that it had to claim a few lives. 2 lives is claiming so far, and a big ass parasite ache, right? And a migraine. But it also revealed to me a lot of things that I didn't see before. A lot of, and now that I saw those things that God and my ancestors, because it wasn't only God, my ancestors were there too. The truth that they show me through that tragedy, this is why we need tragedies, because we are not willing to face the truth. So if we're not willing to face the truth, God is going to send you, unfortunately, it's not God, it's consequence. It's just, when you don't take care of the elephant in the room, the elephant is going to get bigger. So that's why tragedies happen. That's why accidents happen. They are breaking points of tension that you're not looking into. So when that breaking point of tension happened, all these visions were released, all these family secrets were released. My ancestors came, they gave me a message, and then they said, your job is done here. Now that you know the truth, your job is done here. So guess what that means? That means that I gotta move out. That means that I gotta move out, and I don't know how it's all gonna happen. Oh, because that's another thing. I cannot push. I cannot like try and try and try. And this is why I could never move to Europe. I always wanted to move to Europe. God never granted me, because I was being held because of the traumas. Your dreams and your goals don't happen because there is ancestral pain, there is unconscious pain that you're not tapping into. Therefore, they cannot give you the go. So my psychic attack was the blessing in disguise that claimed a couple of lives, but it opened a doorway for me to see certain truths that I needed to see, that I wasn't willing to see just yet. And I needed to see those truths. And as soon as I saw those truths, they're like, well, your cycle is over, Iris. Now you can go. And that is huge, because that means that I will leave everything that is low consciousness behind. That is also very painful, because that also means my family to a degree, right? But I will be able to achieve the purpose that I came here for. I'll be able to, like, God cannot give you money until you enter the kingdom. And this is basically what I was told. I am entering that, I am in that kingdom, and I just went even deeper. And this is why people have great relationship with money and shitty relationships at home, because they are not in the kingdom of God, and they're doing it through the other energy, through the darker force. So the darker force gives you money and takes away your personal life. And right now we are undoing everything. So everything needs to be uncovered. And the tragedies are happening because we are too hesitant to uncover them. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Let me look into your comments. Okay, Elia, what advice would you give someone who knows their truth but is overcome by fear in terms of making it their reality? You have to feel you have to dive into the fear, like feel the pain of that fear. So I'll give you an example. My fear, I'll disclose, my fear is leaving my family behind. This is the reason why we don't grow. This is everybody's reason. This is why we don't move away. This is why we don't do this. Like, but I didn't know. It's all unconscious, and it's fear because it's part of the ancestral. So I know my truth. My truth is that I belong in Europe, and I've been doing everything to get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. I belong in Europe. But there's a part of me that wants to stay because I want to save. And that is the fear, and that is the pain that I need to dive into. And that's what this psychic attack helped me dive into. And what my ancestors told me, yeah, okay, you have this fear, but first of all, you need to grow up. You cannot sacrifice yourself for the fear. You cannot sacrifice the purpose, your happiness, your partner, your child that hasn't been born for this fear, right? So my ancestors is like, okay, honey, you need to know some truths. And then they told me the truth about this and the truth about that and the truth about that. So now that I know the truth, the fear is not so, oh. And then you're like, well, you know the truth because you're a psychic medium. Yeah, it's called inner work. That's why you got to do the inner work. So you're saying that I will know the truth when I do the inner work? Absolutely. One way or another, it will come to you. And then all of a sudden, you won't have that fear. It'll be sitting there dormant, but you know what to do now. Courage can take over. And you say, oh no, I need to speak my truth. Or, oh no, I'm ready to move, right? Like, I'm ready to make decisions. But you have to do the inner work. And nobody wants to do the inner fucking work. Nobody. Not even psychics. All right. Sorry. Just a little bit of frustration, you know? Because these are my peoples. These are my peoples. And I see the laziness. And I see the fear. And it's a combination of laziness on my healers. But for people that are not, that don't consider themselves healers, it's fear for you guys. It is fear for my healers too. But my healers know better. You guys know better. You know? A lot of healers are still in relationships that they shouldn't be in. Because we are so afraid of being alone. That is the mind control that you're still in. Okay. I hope that answers your question. You can ask another one in the next 5 minutes. Okay, Medi. I've done so much shadow work for over a year. I'm tired. My dog was also taken and attacks as well, but I have faith in God. Okay, Medi, I feel your pain, baby. I feel your pain. Girl. Make sure to take breaks, and it's part of the process, baby. I'm sorry. I wish I can tell you something a little bit better, but just know that it's just the shedding process, and we shed over and over again until the real you can come out, honey. And this is coming from somebody that I've been doing work for over a decade. I've been doing work for over a decade. Obviously, be yourself. I am like, so I never let, like, I like being the rebel, so I don't like following the rules. So I've been doing work over a decade, but I've been following my own rules. And the point is that we die and we are born again, honey. In this life and in another life. We are constantly dying parts of ourselves, and other parts of ourselves are being born, okay? So just keep going with that process, and keep balancing yourself by doing things that feel good and make you happy. Even if you have to push yourself to connect with other people, follow your spirit. Guys, I'm gonna leave it like this. I love you so much. I hope that that this was really helpful for you. If you really like this, you know, give me a thumbs up, and please share this to anyone that really needs to hear this right now, okay? I love you guys. If you have more questions, just put them in the comments, and I'll try to answer, or maybe I can make another live. For the next live, I'm not sure if it's the next live or the next video that I'm going to post, but I will be posting what is God's plan for Trump and the country, because the shit that I saw is so clear, and it's literally what happened to me. It's literally what happened to me, but it's more like it's like what God is saying is don't do nothing. Don't do anything. This is just the way it has to be. So I will give more details on that, and I love you all. Please pray, send out good energy, especially to the people that you don't like. It's the hardest thing at first, but it gets easier, I promise. Fucking love you guys. Mwah. And I think pretty soon I will stop saying the fucks too, because this whole fifth dimensional thing, like, it just steers you away from that. But little by little, guys, okay? You know, love you.